Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. We had a change in plans. Unfortunately, Jennifer Gebhardt was supposed to join me for Commuter Connect, talk about Commuter Connect Bike Guide program, and also Commuter Connect and what they have to offer for bicycle commuters. But she had an emergency that she had to take care of tonight. So she's going to be joining me in a future spotlight. So what I'm going to talk about tonight are all the different bike month activities, which is what I was going to cover next week anyway. So we're just going to swap around things. So first of all, welcome. And it is Bike Month. May is National Bike Month, so there are a lot of different bike activities that are going on. And Bicycle Garage Indy is hosting several different things. Last month we did a scavenger hunt, and this month we're doing a Bike Anywhere challenge on RideSpot. And giving themes, weekly themes to keep people motivated or give people ideas about where they can ride. So I'll go over that. There are some other there's a lunch and learn coming up. And these are not necessarily that Bicycle Garage is involved with, but we know about them. We are involved with the lunch and learn. That will be a Zoom thing on May 13th. I'll go over a little bit about the bike guide program that Jennifer was going to talk about tonight, and give you some links. So I'll show some of the websites for all of the different things I'll be covering. There's also a National Bike Challenge that started May 1st and goes through the end of September. And then give some updates on some trails and things that I've found out about in the past couple of weeks. So first of all, I will dive into the Bike Anywhere challenge. So I'm going to have to share my screen and see if I can do that. I'm going to have to go there. There we go. Okay, so the Bike Anywhere challenge. Basically, we're doing this on RideSpot. RideSpot just started doing challenges. So when you sign up for RideSpot, you can participate in different challenges, and it automatically tracks whether you have accomplished them or not. So we have created a Bike Anywhere challenge. So you bike anywhere 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times in the month of May. So we encourage people to go out and you can join each one of the challenges. So if you are a super achiever and do 20 times, go for a bike ride 20 times this month, you might as well do the 10 times and the 5 times, because then you'll have accomplished all 3 challenges. And so we have 3 different ones, and we've given some instructions on this site, which I will give you in the chat in just a minute. So we have the Bike Anywhere 5 times, 10 times, and 20 times. And when you click on our profile page on RideSpot, you will get to all of the page that has all of our rides. And it will have a tab for challenges. And then you can click on any one of the 3 challenges that we've got up, and it'll give instructions. Now, if you're already a member, over here in the right side, we'll have a join button. If you're not already a member, then you just go up to the very top where it says sign in or register, and then you register. And you do have to sign in also to be able to see that join button. But once you've joined, and you have the app on your phone, every time you go for a bike ride then in the month of May, you want to make sure that you have Ride Spot on so that it will track your ride, and it'll let you know when you've done it. So we're excited about that. We've given a bunch of ideas we have a weekly theme for each of the weeks, and we did this originally. We originally did this so that we would just encourage people to go for a bike ride and give you ideas and share your experiences on social media using these hashtags. But then RideSpot came up with the challenges, so we're kind of melding both of these ideas together. So the weekly themes are to give you ideas about where you could go on your bike rides and accomplish the Bike Anywhere challenges. So the first month, the League of American Bicyclists created a National Ride a Bike Day, which was Sunday, yesterday. But that was the first time they've ever done that, is have a National Ride a Bike Day. So we expanded it to the week, Ride a Bike Week, and Bike to School Day is this coming Wednesday, and you can bike for errands, to coffee shops, ice cream shops, lots of different places that you could ride to. So just ride a bike sometime between May 1st and May 7th. Then we have Bike with Family and Friends, which is the second week. And we did that because Mother's Day is on Sunday, May 9th. And so you could celebrate Mother's Day by going on a bike ride, or go and give the mother figure in your life some time alone and go for a bike ride so that she can enjoy peace and quiet. However you want to do that. But Bike with Family and Friends is what we are calling it's FF Bike Ride. And then we have Bike to Work. National Bike to Work Week is actually May 17th to the 23rd, and the National Bike to Work Day is May 21st. So our Bike to Work week is the 15th to the 21st is what we're calling it for the purposes of our weekly themes. And then Bike to Parks, that would be the 22nd to the 28th, pack a picnic or a snack, bike to a park, enjoy eating it surrounded by nature. Let's see. And then Bike to Events. So there's all sorts of events Memorial Day weekend that you could potentially bike to. And number one on people's minds, if you have tickets to the Indy 500, is to bike to the Indy 500 on Sunday, May 30th. So, so you can share your celebrations with the different hashtags and bike there, bike month, ride spot, ride more often. And if you do some of these hashtags, then we'll hopefully see them and be able to share them on our social media if you are so inclined. So then let's see, there is the Lunch and Learn. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here's the Bike to 500 tickets. So there is a ticket to participate in that event, and that's on the 30th. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 on the day of the event. And there's bike parking, that they will watch your bike for you while you attend the race, and bike parking ends at 6 p.m. Now, if you've ever done this before, you'll know that this is the best way to get to the Indy 500. You're not stuck in traffic. You get there quickly. They are starting, due to construction on Market and Delaware streets, they are actually going to start at the Indianapolis Zoo instead. So it's a different location to start with. It won't be at City Market as it has been in the past. But it's always a lot of fun. They're not going to have, it'll be a little bit subdued from previous years, but hopefully But the good thing is you'll be able to park your bike right outside gate 1 at the race, which is closer than ever in the past. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Trying to find the other ones. So there's a bike commuter lunch and learn. We have these every Thursday, or not every Thursday, the second Thursday of the month, pretty much February through October, I think. And so in May, it will be on family biking. And Silva Zhang, she has 2 toddlers that she bikes around town with, and she lives downtown. And she used to be a employee of Bicycle Garage Indy, but now she is actually working for Bike Indianapolis. She just changed positions, but we're still connected with the biking world, and she's going to be doing the program and talking about family biking. So we're excited about still having her very involved with things. Now, let's see. So the bike guide training, like, I'm going to try and find the free bike guide. I have all these. Let's see, let's close that one. Yeah, so Commuter Connect was going to be here. So I'll just briefly talk about this, and she'll be able to answer questions when she's able to join us in the future. So bike guide, if you were here at the very first Spotlight on Bicycling with Bike Indianapolis, we were talking about, we got the idea of having bike, we were calling it pedal pals or bike buddies or something like that. This is where that idea now has come to fruition, and Commuter Connect and Bike Indianapolis are partnering with this. The bike guides will be trained by Bike Indianapolis, and there is a training that's scheduled for May 15th, Saturday, May 15th. So if you're interested in becoming a bike guide or finding out more about that, you'll be able to attend that training and find out more about that. And so what they're doing is they're pairing people who are interested in finding out more about bicycling with a seasoned bicyclist who's gone through training to be able to help the folks that they're matched with enjoy bicycling near home or wherever they would like to go, whether they want to bike to work or bike for errands or bike for fun. So that program is now getting started. They've already done one training. They've already matched a couple of people, and they're looking for more seasoned cyclists to join to be able to be matched with folks. I don't know all the details, but I think the commitment is like once a week for about a month to go on a bike ride with this person that you're matched with. But they'll be able to tell, or Jennifer will be able to tell all sorts of details about that when she joins us, hopefully next week or the next couple of weeks. So that is, if you're interested in becoming one of the bike guides, like I said, they're looking for people. If you feel like you're in the other category where you need a bike guide, this is the form that you would sign up. And I'll put all of these things in the chat as well. Let's see, go ahead and do that. I'm thinking about it. So that's the bike guide. And then I closed the ride spot, but I'll put it in here. So if you go to BGI's ride spot page, that's where the Bike Anywhere challenges are. And then the Bike to 500, let me get that one. That one was a little harder to find. It's an Eventbrite ticket. So I'll put that in the chat. Okay. Oh yeah, and then the Lunch and Learn. So I'll go back to Bike Indianapolis calendar because that has that one in there. That's also, you register through Eventbrite. The Lunch and Learn is free. It is just, oops, it's not what I wanted. The Lunch and Learn is free. We just want people to register so we can send you the link for the Zoom. All right, so I think I've got all of those in there. Then, oh yeah, so the National Bike Challenge is lovetoride.org, USA. And that is a partnership between Love to Ride and the League of American Bicyclists in encouraging people to bike and encourage others to bike. So you get points per mile and points per day, and I think it's 20 points per day and 1 point per mile. They have leaderboards, they have encouraging points, so they encourage you to encourage others to bike, and you get points for that. And they actually have national prizes. So let's see. It's not what I wanted. There we go. So it's actually lovetoride.net/USA. Okay, so a couple of updates. There are, for those of you who ride the Monon, hopefully you have ridden across the Monon Bridge over 38th Street, which is a great amenity. A couple of updates about the Monon. If you go all the way downtown, there is going to be what they're calling the Monon Loop. That's around where the interstate I-70 is going to be under construction. And so they're building a detour, and it's actually going to be a permanent detour for the next 2 years, and then also will be a connection from the neighborhoods to get to the Monon. So that's going to be open now if it's not already, but it will be by May 15th. So I will have information about that in Bicycle Garage Indies newsletter this week. They just put out information about it. So, look for that. And then there's the Pensy Trail is on the east side of Indianapolis. If you have not been to the Pensy Trail, I have not yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. They've now, Pleasant Run Trail, they have made some improvements to some connections through that, as well as then connected it to the Pensy Trail. So you can actually go all the way from the west side of downtown to east into Hancock County, all on trail, which is really cool. So I'm hoping to get Greg Midgley, who's with the National Road Heritage Trail, on Spotlight on Bicycling in the near future to talk about that. He did a really cool Facebook post about it. And so the Pensy Trail is now, there was like a segment that wasn't finished, and now it is. So that's pretty cool. And then farther down the Pensy Trail, there's a connection to Buck Creek Trail, and there's a mural that's getting painted under the bridge under I-70 along Buck Creek Trail. So you could even extend your ride even a little bit farther and see the mural. Let's see, looking at my notes. Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to mention is the public is now being invited. Now I will put this link in here. It's a little article about a crowdsourcing bike map. So it's basically online bike amenities. So the map already includes bike lanes and trails and side paths, but amenities such as bike parking, repair stations, public restrooms, park and ride locations are what they're looking for. And they're wanting the general public to add those things to the map. So they're asking for additions and reporting on the conditions of the amenities by May 31st. And you can also submit photos of the amenity and confirm other submissions via likes and comments on the map. So if that's something that you would like to add to help others find these things, or look to see where things are that you might not have even known existed, I encourage you to go and look at that map. And and then there is Bike to the Ballpark. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, I wasn't able to get the connection to that, but check out Bike Indianapolis. Look for their calendar for Bike to the Ballpark. And Bike to the Ballpark will be on May 11th. So that is coming up in about a week. So a week from Tuesday. So hopefully that'll give you a whole bunch of ideas to get out on your bike this month. And I look forward to seeing folks participate in the challenges that we've got for riding 5 times, 10 times, and 20 times this month. We're going to have some other, now that they've opened up challenges, that's a new feature of RideSpot. I'm going to do something in June with challenges. It'll be a little bit more involved. We just found out about the challenges opening up like 2 days before we were putting it out for May. So, but we have a little bit of time to think about what we're going to do in June, and have more incentives and potential prizes or something fun to encourage people to participate. So I will stop sharing my screen now, and then I'd be happy to take any questions or comments that you have of things that you know are happening this month of May, or things that you would like. The one thing that I did not mention was Bike to Work Day. National Bike to Work Day is the 21st. I mentioned it in our hashtags. And in the past, there has been a celebration for Bike to Work Day that Bike Indianapolis has done. With the pandemic still going on and, you know, restrictions of all of that, they are not doing a Bike to Work Day that day, but they're looking to celebrate Bike to Work Day on Car Free Day Indy, which will be in September. Actually, the sun's getting in my eyes. Hold on a second. All right. I didn't expect to see sun. So we've got, you know, so we don't have Bike to Work Day being celebrated officially, but that doesn't mean you couldn't bike to work or celebrate it on your own. Since I'm working from home, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to celebrate Bike to Work Day myself, but I can probably bike for some work-related item. So does anybody have any questions about any events? Great. Well, Susanna said she signed up to be matched in the guide program and hasn't biked for a few years. So glad there's a program like this. And yeah, so when we were talking about it with the discussion back in February of Bike Indianapolis, what Damon Richard had found when he was talking to people is that, you know, when you ask people, you know, what would you want to ride, or what would get you to ride more, or what would help you feel comfortable riding? And everybody says, or a lot of people will say, someone to ride with. And they don't mean, what he found out is they don't mean a group ride. What they mean is one person to ride with. So they feel more comfortable, because a lot of times people feel, you know, a little intimidated to go and see a whole group of bicyclists, and, you know, am I going to slow them down, or, you know, how am I going to fit into this whole group? But riding with one person and having them help them and guide them along the way is what they were really looking for. So, and in this past year also, there haven't been that many group rides with the pandemic. And so people have found, you know, that they're riding with one or two people, or they're riding with family. And so Damon took people out, individuals out on bike rides last year. And so that was kind of the nucleus and the aha moment for this program. And I had seen something that another organization was doing to encourage people to get out biking, and they were having a partnership program like what we're doing here. And so I saw that, and I sent that to Commuter Connect, and I sent it to Damon, and they jumped on it. And so that's kind of where this idea has come from. So it's exciting to see it happen, and I'm glad to see that things are going on with that. So Suzanne, have you been matched with someone? And you can unmute yourself if you would like. Not yet. Okay. So hopefully, like I said, they're looking for new guides as well. So I don't know how many guides came to their first program. I know first training, but I know they did have some. So hopefully you'll get matched soon. And then the next training is coming up, like I said, on the 15th at 10 a.m. It's a Saturday morning. I don't know if I put that. Let me go back to sharing my screen because I had a link for that. Let's see. So there was the bike guide. I don't know if it's got more details. We'll see. No. So I think it's under, if you want to become a bike guide, then you go to the volunteer page on Bike Indianapolis. And that gives all sorts of description about the program itself. So bike guide, you work one-on-one with a new rider. And it's the location where you do this is the neighborhood of who you're matched with. So it gives some information here. So I will put that link in chat. And stop sharing this. Do that. All right. So I put in or started the Bike Anywhere challenge and went for my first ride on May 1st to check it out, and it actually worked. It gave me a little message after I was done with my ride that I had accomplished the first ride of 5 or first ride of 10, first ride of 20. So, and actually RideSpot has their own challenges of 5, 10, and 30 times this month. 30 is going to be, I signed up for it, but that's going to be a big stretch for me because I didn't ride today. That means I would have to ride absolutely every day the rest of the month, and that's probably not going to happen. But they have special patches. So if you're into patches and you ride at least 5 times and sign up for that particular challenge, then they will send you a patch for the 5 times and 10 times and 30 times if you're able to do that. So that's is kind of neat. So we'll see what types of other challenges that Bicycle Garage Indy can come up with and put on RideSpot. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. I don't think so. So thanks for joining. This is kind of a shorter program because I threw it together a little bit. I got the call from Jennifer that she wasn't going to be able to make it not that long ago. So, and this was the program I was going to do next week. So we're going to switch it out and hopefully she'll be able to join us next week or the week after and find out more about the Bike Guide program, how people can get involved, as well as Commuter Connect if you haven't participated in that. A couple of updates about the Major Taylor mural is they've chosen the artist, and I think in the next couple weeks he's going to start actually creating the mural on the building downtown. So that'll be kind of exciting. Once they start doing that, I'm going to go downtown and take some pictures and post them on BGI's Facebook page. So if you haven't followed us on Facebook, I encourage you to do that because we have a lot of updates that we don't have time to get into our newsletter or up on our website, but we put a lot of neat things on our Facebook page too. And our Facebook page is Facebook. It's Bicycle Garage of Indy is the Facebook page. So hopefully you'll be able to join us next week, and I'll have the program out a little earlier than I did today, and find out. Oh, on the 24th, so on the 24th, we'll have somebody from the B&O Trail talk about the B&O Trail, their next level trail funding that they got, as well as their B&O bike ride. And on the 21st of June, I'm going to have a panel of folks from the Pathways Over Pogues, and they're going to talk about their fundraising efforts for the Noland Bridge. It's over Pogues Run, and that's a key connector for actually getting the Pogues Run Greenway done on the east side of downtown. So that will be on June 21st. And I have another one. Let's see, I've got it's 24th. I think there's another one, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But we've got, and I'm still looking for some programs to fill in at least through the end of June, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much for joining. If you don't have any questions, have a great night, and we'll see you next week.